Top joint lock number 5.
You see somebody going into their pocket and you think there's going to be a problem with that, stabilize right where it's at. If they've got something in their hand, don't worry about it. You've got it under control. Step through. There's a knife, a gun, hypo, anything. Take the joint. That'll usually get them to release it. And then you can move them. We're going to show you a couple ways to take somebody down off that situation. So John's going into his pocket. We're going to seize control of his hand, step under. We've got the lock. Now first I want to show you a low throw. I'm just going to step back and pull down. One more time. I'm going to get the lock. I'm going to step back and I'm just pulling. And he's basically moving away from the pain. We're giving him a direction to go. The next example is kind of a high throw. We're just going to go right up and over and throw him down, just like that. One more time. Seize, get that lock, and flip him down. From this side, some mechanics. This is what we call the standing center lock. I'm going to bump my shoulder in here, and I'm going to rotate up in this direction to get the lock. Now this is a little different, and we've got a drill I like to show you that'll give you some reps on just acquiring the standing center lock. So John's going to charge in under my arm. He's going to get the lock. Now he's going to release that, and I'm going to step in, and I'm going to get the lock on him. And I'm just going to take it to that point of pain. Then John comes back in. And again, these drills that we show are real good ways of just getting a lot of repetitions in so that you can develop your proficiency that much faster. Now let's put this in a real-world application.
Hey, Jimbo here. I've got an awesome free YouTube giveaway for the first 200 guys. It's the world's fastest drawing pocket knife. Quicker than any switchblade. We call it the Striker. And with your permission, I will now rush you this amazing knife for free. Just pay shipping and handling, and it's on its way to your front door. But get to the link in the description now if you want one.
Top joint lock number 4.
Okay, another technique, using the same grab, is reach up with the same side hand this time. Come up from underneath and grab the wrist like this, not like this. Grab it from here. Next, take the palm heel of the other hand, strike the inside of the elbow, causing the elbow to bend. As I do that, I'm going to step forward here, and I'm creating a little doorway for myself. Grabbing, hitting, stepping through, force them down. I can finish with a wrist lock or finish with a hammer lock if I need to do that. Here.
Second notice about this awesome giveaway I'm conducting for the first 200 guys who respond. Get to the link in the description and I will rush you this stunning Striker pocket knife for free. Just pay shipping and it's on its way to your front door. This is a $70 knife, 8.5 inches long, cutlery grade steel, G10 handle, total quality. You can also draw this blazing fast if you want. I'll show you how. There's a strict limit of 200 to go around, so get to the link in the description now.
Top joint lock number 3.
Hey guys, Bob Pierce here from Fightfast.com, and I just want to share with you a few ideas. My 15-year-old came home from high school the other day and told me that one of his friends got grabbed at school, and he came to Blake because he knew about our business, and he wanted to know what it was he needed to do about that. So I thought, hey, if they want to know, some of you guys out there might want to know also. First and foremost, I want to say this about grabs. If a guy is grabbing you, it's more of a pride issue, kind of a schoolyard type of fight, because if a guy's grabbing you, he's not really going after the idea of taking you out instantly. He's still making a decision about that because he's grabbing you and he's not getting more violent than that. There's probably a plan to escalate the violence, and so certainly we want to be able to deal with this. Here's the big advantage on a grab. You know exactly where his hand is if he's grabbing you. That's a very good advantage to be able to have. So we're going to start with that advantage and then start to talk about what we can do. And I'm just presenting a couple of options for you here today. Going to tell you about how this joint lock might work with regards to this particular grab, where I like to go. There's a myriad of options that you can explore. Let's give you a couple that are real practical. First and foremost, if somebody reaches up and grabs you, I'll let him grab my chest. Okay, again, we know exactly where this hand is. The last thing that we would want to do is just push him away and try to back off and get away from this, because now we're just going to be in some kind of a fist fight. Your skills against his skills, whoever's got the best might end up winning. Right here, he's been stupid enough, foolish enough, in my opinion, to be able to tell you this is where this hand is. It's right here on your body. I've got all of my tools at my disposal. So if I want to deal with this, here's the two principles. Always use your opposite arm. There are some things you can do from here. We'll talk about those in other tapes. I like to use the opposite arm. If he's grabbing me on my left shoulder, I want to use my right hand and I want to come over the top and secure his hand to my body. That's a key point of it, secure his hand to my body. Now, we're going to roll into a joint lock. It's going to look something like this. We're going to turn, come here, and step away and here. Now, there's some things that make that happen. It's a very simple move. But when you grab somebody's hand with the intention of locking him up, there's always a possibility that he could pull away from it or it could slip out. This is one of the reasons why I like to use the opposite hand, and I like to go to the outside of my attacker's body. I don't want to do something where I'm going to be inside here, he slips this thing, and now all of a sudden I'm within range of all of his dangerous arsenals here. You know, he can headbutt me, he can strike me with his left hand, he can knee me in the groin. There's lots of things that can happen to me right here. So I always like to get to people's outside. I want to get to their outside. So trap the hand. When you grab somebody's hand, here's the levers that you use. These three fingers, almost like you were a penguin or a flipper or something. These three fingers are glued together, and your thumb. Leave this finger out of it. This is a weak grip between your index finger and your thumb. Very, very weak, very, very strong. Just from the sense of leverage, the more distance you have from a fulcrum, this being the fulcrum near the thumb, that's going to give you more strength. When you go to grab somebody, you're grabbing their hand, you want to take those three fingers and you want to be curling it around that little pad that's on the outside of their hand here, or you can do just the opposite here, where you're grabbing it around this pad right here. So when he reaches up and he grabs me, when I grab his hand and trap it to it, I may not have a good grip over here yet, but I've got it secured against me. And what I'm going to do is step back to be able to elongate his arm, and I'm going to twist it and come into this position. Now, when I do this, I've got both these fingers here and both these three fingers here. I should say these few fingers. And here's the magic key to making this work. I'm going to turn it over so he can be a little more comfortable. When you have this grip on the hands, whether you've got it with one hand, or you've got it with this hand, or you've got it with both hands, the key to making this work is this magic knuckle right here. This finger bone, phalange, that goes all the way up and through, these aren't going to do much of anything. You can grab hold here and you can do all kinds of stuff with these two knuckles. Not going to create a lot of discomfort. Same thing on this side with the index finger knuckle. Not going to do a whole lot. But when you roll that over and you've got a hold of this finger, this thing right here, and you put a good grip here and you put a little pressure there, you're going to make them dance. And it doesn't take very much to be able to do it. That's the magic knuckle. So let's start from the top here and just make sure we summarize what we're talking about. You want to get to his outside. He's been dumb enough to grab you and he's told you where it's at. Opposite hand, trap the hand. Step back with one foot and elongate the arm. Twist and turn, you can use your shoulder. Grab hold with a good solid grip using the last three fingers. Put the thumb in the middle of the hand, press forward. From here, you have a lot of options. I'll ask you to back out, Mr. Cameraman. You can get real aggressive with the arm. You can break it if you want to. You can come up with a foot to the face. You can smash in a knee. You can just escape. Most of the time, that's what we want to do. We're not trying to inflict permanent damage most of the time. We just want to get out of danger. You got an opportunity to escape, take it and go.
Top joint lock number 2.
For twisting joint manipulations, which the majority of the techniques will involve, I mean by that, the hand rotates at the wrist in conjunction with the elbow. Remember, a joint manipulation is the action of opposing one or more joints against another one. It is not the action of applying a technique to one joint alone. This middle one is applying this pressure against the wrist locked here. If I keep the hand straight and push on here, we get nothing. You're applying the pressure from the hand to the wrist to the elbow. The twisting type, the fulcrum points, the points of attack are from the back of the hand. It's in between what I call the thumb web, center here, and between the 4th and the 5th finger bones as they come into the hand, right before they join, there's a little hollow. Those 2 points right there. And this side of the hand, the same. I call it the thumb pad right here, which is just the back side of the thumb web, and you see where these 2 come down in the middle of the hand. To apply a joint manipulation like this, looks like, just for demonstration purposes, is a twist like this. Stay up, just twist like this, and immediately we're getting a reaction here. The reverse looks the same. I'm putting these 3 fingers in between the 4th and 5th bones as they come into the hand. I'm putting my thumb in the back right on the thumb web and twisting. Twisting like this. That's a joint manipulation. Okay? A wrist joint manipulation by itself is very similar to using this knuckle, the middle finger one, and it looks like a come-along technique. Stand up straight. We're going to have it like this, and I'm putting these 3 fingers over the middle knuckle of the middle finger and pushing back, and you get a reaction. If I miss the middle finger, push on these, nothing happens. Over here, middle one, and we get a reaction. Okay?
Final chance at getting a free striker knife. It's a $70 knife. It's one of the fastest drawing pocket knives in the world, and it's yours for free. Just pay shipping to get this to your front door, and I'll rush one out to you right away. I started with only 200 knives to go around. There are still some left, so get to the link in the description while you can. I'll see you inside.
Top joint lock number 1.
Another consideration is fingers. Overlooked by a lot of people. If somebody grabs you, it's easy to get a hold of a finger. Just by holding 2 fingers, you can generally take an opponent straight to the ground.
Yeah,
it doesn't take a lot of strength. Again, from a grab, reaching up, grabbing, the back 2 fingers. If your opponent's strong and he muscles you, it's okay. Turn your body. Once you have the fingers off of your hand, reach up, grab the other 2 fingers. All you need to do is push those fingers directly toward your opponent. He'll do the rest for you. Some situations aren't lethal. They simply require distracting the opponent or making them think twice about doing you any damage. One of the most common problems you'll have is the finger pointer. Irritating at best, could lead to a lethal confrontation. It's best to end it as quickly as possible. There's several things you can do. Against a pointing finger, it's pretty hard to reach out and grab it. Again, get the person's attention first. A great attention getter is something like this. Striking to the groin simply allows your opponent to think about something else. From that point, you can reach up, and again, let's do the arm bar straight down, taking your opponent to the ground. Good time to talk to him at this point. Statistically, most street fights last under 10 seconds. It's important in that 10 seconds that you remain calm. You also have to be very aggressive. You have to be very determined. It's your determination and your strong will which will allow you to walk away from a fight.
Thanks for watching our video lessons here at TRS Direct. Hit the like button down below and consider subscribing to our channel here on YouTube. Hit the bell icon and we'll send you a notification when there's a new lesson available. Thanks again for watching.